Hello and welcome. I am Dionysus. I am the Admiral. We are Tabletop Anthologies. And this is Star Trek Adventures. With me today is our number one, our XO, Commander Maricadi.
Always a pleasure.
And our science officer, the Vulcan that Vulcant, Commander Kullat. Like I said that, Greenblood.
Salutations.
And on Conn, we have Lieutenant Commander Thrall.
Present.
And lastly, our Chief Medical Officer, Lieutenant Junior Grade Andal Grax.
Howdy.
Howdy. Howdy, y'all. You need to finish the sentence.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. So we left off. Our crew had, actually our Chief Medical Officer, had found a cure for the Neanderthals. And our other team, the other away team led by the XO and the science officer and Conn, they were out looking for some plant life that the doctor that she wanted, and she wouldn't leave the planet unless she had. And that plant life, that flora and that fauna, she was using to put towards a cure for rheumatic syndrome. So we had left off. They had just gathered a sample, and I was getting ready to go back to our Chief Medical Officer, and I guess we'll lead it with him. So, Lieutenant Junior Grade, sir. I will switch screens. There we are. There we are. We'll put you back. All right. All right.
Okay, we're good to go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sorry. It's all you. Take it away. Take it away.
I know that I was working on trying to find the cure for this. I don't recall exactly where we were beyond that. Because I think there was something. I'm basically just continuing to work on that until that's complete. That's my plan, anyways. Working along with Dr. Ship here.
Let's see. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, Hades. Can you guys hear the background music?
I can.
The beeps and the boops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, Hades? You're unable to?
I hear a little background noise on the stream, but I don't hear it in the
So
game.
go over to Foundry on your right-hand side. Click the music note on the upper right.
Wait, I think it just started.
Okay.
Yeah, now I hear it.
Then you can scroll. You can scroll your own volume too, so you can adjust it if it starts to get annoying. So Lieutenant Grax. So yes, you had discovered a cure. Oh, and before I forget, again, that ion storm is approaching, and each task is 2 intervals of time. So I've been keeping track of you guys' time here. So just so you are aware of how far out it is, and I would normally let you guys know again because you're scientists, so you would have a good grasp as to how much time you do have left. So you're looking at about let me see here, 1, 2. So you're looking at 13 more, so six more tasks, 7 more tasks ish before you got to skate.
Okay.
Oh,
I feel like the last thing, if I remember right now, the cure. I don't think we had a way to administer that yet.
Stop opening the door!
The nades. We all
God.
hear that.
I'll cut. I'll ruin the. I don't know what I'll do. We'll shut the station down again.
I thought it was far enough away. I'm sorry. That was surprising.
You know what? Just for that, that's it. That's it.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
Okay.
Warp core
You're in
overload
trouble.
4 minutes.
Yeah. You want to play games? All right. So yeah, you were working towards how to administer it. Yeah, so by all means, go ahead.
All right. So I guess I have the cure now, so I would start analyzing the different ways that I could administer it and what would be most effective. Would that be like a medicine and reason check or something like that?
Yeah, you can do that. That'll be. Do you want to use the station's computers, or are you just going to go off your science expertise?
I guess I would use both to the best of my ability.
Okay. So if you want to reference the station's computers, it would be a reason and medicine. And same thing with I guess same thing with your if you're not going to use computers. If you use the computers, I'll drop the difficulty down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be doing that then.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. All right. What do you want to do with the successes? You want to bank them? Your momentum?
I'm going to apply it all to. Can I like craft a better quality medicine, basically?
So
Put that towards that.
this are you looking to craft how to do it, or are you looking up how you think the best possible way to do it?
That's a good question. I guess I was more of researching. Yeah, I guess I didn't say I was actually crafting it. I was just figuring out how to administer it.
Because that's how I was taking it. Yeah.
I'll put those towards more information then.
Okay. So with that, you're looking through the computers, and again, with your basic science or your solid science skills that you've gotten from the academy and the medical as well, you figure out that you have the best way to administer those cures are two ways. One, simply with a hypo spray, which is easy enough. You know, you just load up the juice that you have. The only downfall is you've got to do it for each person. So if there's some Neanderthals out there still alive and running around and not incapacitated, you're going to have to knock them out first or restrain them to administer that. The second one is going to be like a mass cure, jury rigging some sort of device to generate like a pulse that that will counteract
their
the
genetic structure.
Yeah, it'll counteract their the phenomenon, and that pulse will actually go out to a couple kilometers from the station. But
Okay.
it's a little more difficult. And because you use that towards the momentum or the more information, I will tell you that if you do the hypo spray, it's a difficulty of 1 each time you use it. If you're looking for the mass cure, that's going to be a difficulty of 4.
Okay. And would I understand what kind of skills are involved in crafting each of those?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you might have to get a little extra doing the mass cure, because that's obviously going to be probably a difference between engineering and medicine. But with your expertise and obviously your science, your Starfleet training and background, it shouldn't be too tough to do by yourself.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'd come over the comms and just provide that information.
What information was it, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I was just looking for everyone's. I forgot everyone's ranks for a second there. You mix up the lieutenant and everything. Yes, I found a way we can administer the cure. It seems that we could construct a hypospray of some sort here that we could administer to each patient. However, there is also an option to construct a sort of pulse that would be sent out of the area from the station that would impact everyone affected by this disease. But it would be much more difficult to construct.
How much more difficult are we talking, Lieutenant?
Well, on a scale, I would say it'd be 4 times more difficult.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Like out of 100, how? Thank you, Lieutenant. We'll return back when we get the samples. Hopefully, we need to figure out what's going on with the rest of the crew, i.e., the one that got away, to see if we can recover their person. As I don't know if that pulse will reach them, so I would say start administering to the individuals you have there already, and see if we can, when we recover, talk about setting up the big thingy that you just said. the big thingy, the
The
EMP
mass cure.
vaccine,
The EMP, yeah, there you go.
the tactical vaccine.
Understood,
Psywave.
Commander. So I would immediately start working on creating those sprays.
Okay, so that's pretty much done and over with. Now you just have to administer it. So it's simply going to be an insight and a medicine task for each person.
Okay. Is there anything I could use in the medbay tool-wise to improve that, or is it just pretty much that's it? I gotta do that test and spray it.
No, you've already, it's the task that you have to do. You've already done it. It's going to be simply taking your cure juice, popping it in the hypospray, and going.
Okay. And you said reason and medicine? Or what was that?
Insight and medicine of
Insight,
difficulty
medicine, okay.
of 1. Yes.
Then I will do that to Dr. Ship first, if she allows
Okay.
me to.
She would actually kind of volunteer herself up to do it.
Okay. And would either my infectious disease or emergency medicine apply for a focus?
I would say probably more emergency medicine than focus, but I want you to tell me how it could apply.
I think the emergency medicine is a stretch. I was thinking infectious diseases because I know about these diseases and maybe how to best administer a medicine for it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you explain that, fine. So yeah, go ahead and use it. Use that focus that you have. That's fine. Oh.
I didn't think it was good enough. I'm gonna need a 2-page double-spaced Times New Roman.
Times New Roman. There you go. All right. So, what would you like to do with that extra success?
I'll just bank that one.
So, you're able to give her the administer it. So go ahead and administer it.
Psst, psst.
Wow. Oh.
There it is.
See? So immediately you start to see a change in Dr. Ship's just not only how she's acting, the nervous twitches. She seems to calm down almost immediately and almost starts to get kind of tired. But she looks at you and she says, I just saw your comment on the stream, Tony. Accurate. So she looks at you and she's like, Lieutenant, I can feel it working. This is great. I'm extremely tired though. You're gonna have to get Jasper and the others.
Yes, I'll start on that right away. Let me check your vitals real quick to make sure there's no side effects or unintended things that have happened here. And I would, be using whatever terminal I have here at the med bay to make sure our vitals are looking good. and it's having the expected results.
In the med bay, if you want to do a... Yeah, go ahead and do reason and medicine. Difficulty
Okay.
0. This is more of a standard thing. There you go. Banking those?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep track of that. So you're checking her with the computer, and it's coming back that her levels are starting to normalize. They're starting to equal out to that of what a normal human being would display. So you would consider that a successful vaccine.
All right. Great. Then I would start working on Dr. Conrad then, and administer that to him.
Okay, if you want to administer that to him then with your insight and medicine, we're going to head back over to our flight crew. If you want to go ahead and roll that for me now, Mr. Grax, I will go back to our flight crew. Out in the field of green.
Doing the hard work out here.
Yeah.
Making vaccines for evolutionary diseases. Ha! Child's play. Compared to cutting some grass.
All right, so we'll come back to that in a minute, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Back to you, Commander Maricadi.
So our last objective, we've been in the shuttle, we've been bouncing up and down, right? Have we secured enough of the plants?
So yeah, you had only secured one sample before we had switched back. So now you have to locate the second sample, get it, locate the third sample, and get it.
And now a relative position of the monkeys. Have we picked them up yet? Formerly known as the crew.
Oh no, you have not gone back there to go get to get them.
And in terms of proximity, are these other 2 samples along the way, or is it going to be completely out of the? Basically, I'm optimizing which path we take.
Which path you take? No, I understand. So if you have the doctor's notes, so you can look at your map. Now you can punch it into your computer. So what I'm going to say is we're going to use the runabout systems. This is kind of going to be a slow edge into utilizing the ship to assist with your rolls, okay? Because once we get on the surprise, when you use the ship to utilize different things, this is what you do. And it's more considered an assist, like a character would assist you.
Yeah.
But you still do your normal roll, and then you would do the ship's roll. So for you, it'll be simply a reason and security. Or sorry, let's go with insight and science for the location.
Kullat, go ahead and triangulate the location of these herbs relative to the location of our, formerly the Starfleet crew here at the station.
And
best path is. Yep.
Actually, let me find it here.
So, Kullat, go insight and science. Thanks, buddy.
Right away, Commander Maricadi.
And also, since you're on the you're helping him, right? You're sitting next to TAC. Okay.
Yeah.
So under on the right hand side, go to actors or actors directory because you're gonna roll the ship.
Oh.
Okay. So go to starships.
Yeah.
You'll find shuttlecraft. It's just the basic shuttlecraft. So load that up.
Cool.
And then click sensors and science and do a perform task. Copy that.
Oh.
Okay.
Lord.
All right. All right.
We're good.
So you can forego the complication if you give me 2 threat.
It's looking pretty threatening already.
Kullat, did you roll?
How much momentum does it take to lower that?
To lower
Is
what?
that a momentum spend?
Like, to lower a threat. Can you do that just like Conan? Like how you would lower Doom with momentum spends? The same thing? If that's the case, I'll tell you yes, and then I'll say, let's not do that.
I don't know if you can
Let's say-
lower threat with momentum or not, actually.
Okay.
I
I
can
see
look
the
it up real
momentum table.
quick.
I'm looking through it. You have a reference I'm looking through as well.
Okay. Do a quick check here.
I feel like once we get all these little rules out of the way, it'll be smooth for sure.
Yep.
There's a lot you can do, which is nice, but also complicated sometimes. No, it just says remove complication, cost 2. Yeah. We said grab yourself at the same time.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing
Were you
for
successful otherwise? Did he only need 1 success?
he only did need. No, he needed 2 successes. But you still
Right,
have to
so-
roll Kullat, because the ship is simply assisting
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Right. So you roll insight science. In the meantime, I guess I'll spend 2 momentum to remove that complication, if that's okay.
No,
That's how that works.
it would be you just give me 2 threat. Is how that works.
What's under momentum spend?
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I was looking at your reference that you put in journal entries for momentum, and one of them is called remove complication. That cost 2 can be used after a successful task. So
I were just successful.
Yeah, his wasn't, but yours is. So they're 2 different tasks basically, but they're
okay, yeah, I got
assisting
Can
each other.
I remove the complication?
No, because you didn't
We're
roll
trying
the
our hardest.
complication. No.
Okay, fair enough. Then you take your fucking threat, and I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, take your threat.
I will. Maybe I won't
Alright.
use it. Okay. This is just round 1. Maybe I'm pulling my punches. Okay.
One of the monkeys
So.
just 20 d6 damage.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, the ship is able to chart out a decent course to minimize time, and thankfully, the last 2 plants that you get are commonly seen together or grown in the same area, so you should be able to recover them both in that one area,
Right. Awesome.
according to the doctor's notes.
Great. Good job pinpointing that, Kullat here. Let's take us down, hovering just like before. I'll pick those guys up, and we'll hit the road right for the monkeys. Well, I shouldn't say monkeys. That's kind of formerly the Starfridge crew.
Commander, they don't have tails, therefore they're more likely to be apes.
Thank you for the clarification.
So, all right. So he's, you find him, and I assume old Thrall is going to be taking you in then, right, sir?
Of course.
Of course.
Thrall, take us down.
All right, so go ahead and take them down, sir. That's going to be for you simply
I'm
a
yelling timber.
control and con. Difficulty 1.
No. Difficulty 1. Spend 2 momentum if you want to remove that.
Now that's where we lose a nacelle.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's what's going to happen. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Good thing we just referenced this.
Good job. All right, I will make my notes. You're back down to that. Okay, perfect. So he brings you right in, and there are actually both samples right next to each other, happily growing, intertwining,
Wow.
living together
They
peacefully.
look so good.
They
I'm
do.
going to cut them down. I'm just kidding. Scoop
Okay.
them into like a soil, probably. I imagine how that's contained. I'm not really sure.
So no, yeah, you guys can collect them, and again, to do so, it's going to be a daring or control and security, difficulty 3.
All right, I'll do that. Don't worry.
Okay. You going to do that by yourself, sir?
I can help him out.
Yeah, Thrall, why don't you be ready to grab me as we reascend here. I want to dive out, grab the samples, and get out. So if it's okay with you guys, since it's difficulty 3, I'm going to use a momentum to add another dice. See what happens. Sweet.
There it is. So, you still looking to assist? If you can, I mean, yeah, if you want, it'll simply give him a little bit of momentum if you succeed. Daring or control. What did you roll? You did
I did
control
and security.
Control and security.
And then that's only one of the dice pool, right?
Correct.
For an assist.
Yeah, also.
Nice.
There you
So
go.
momentum that up. Refine that a little bit.
All right. So you collect it, and now you have both samples, and now you can start towards the ship if you like.
Yes, let's pick up our prisoners. Cephasius is stunned. We don't want to hurt them. Hopefully, their comrade that ran into the woods seeks the attention of their fallen friends, if they have any remembrance of this. But just like the doctor, but we'll see. Let's be ready.
Right
Take us
behind
down.
you, Commander.
Take us down, Thrall.
Mr. Thrall, if you could give me a control and con, please.
You could give us a take us down, please.
Give us a... And now I'm going to go back to our doctor over in Med Bay, Sick Bay. Copy that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Back to our Med Bay guy.
Hello, I'm the medbay guy.
Back
Come on,
at the
Chief Medical
Hall
Officer.
of Medicine.
You're prodigy.
So is Dr. Conrad looking better, or how is he reacting?
Yeah, so obviously he's still laying on the bed, but the moment you administer that to him, just like Dr. Ship, his eyes that were twitching immediately cease. His body just seems to calm down almost. Maybe almost euphoric, like just it settles down. The muscle spasms stop, and the awkward-looking hair growth seems to stop, and you notice a little bit of pieces start to flake off and such. But he doesn't regain consciousness. Not yet.
Okay.
But since he's on the bed, you're not going to need to roll anything. His vitals are returning to normal as well.
Okay. Then I would turn to Dr. Ship here and say, Dr. Ship, do you have capabilities to scan the station and find out if there are any other, if there's anyone else here affected that we can administer the spray to?
So she looks at you and she's like, "Of course, Lieutenant, I can do that. But also, don't forget, in our surgery bay, we have one of them just laying there. I can run the scans now to see if there are any more inside the bay or inside the station. While you go do that."
Very well. I'll take care of this patient, and while you do that.
Okay. So she's gonna run. Let me load her up. Dr. Heidi, Ship.
I feel like the
That
alien
was
bleeps
north.
are going to start now.
Sorry, there was two people. What?
I was just going to say that's northwest of me, right? And yeah,
Correct,
I found him.
yeah.
He's up here.
And what were you saying, Kullat?
I feel like the alien bleeps on the radar are going to start now.
As we lead into...
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay.
Boop.
So, while she's doing that, I assume you're going to be administering that to the new guy.
Yeah.
Or to the other guy.
Yeah. Was that insight in medicine?
That was insight in medicine.
Nice.
Cool.
What would you like to do with that?
I will bank one and spend one if I can put it towards the cure working even better.
In terms of...
Like being maybe coming to consciousness and working faster.
Oh, kind of like almost trying to give it like a double dose, if you think? Is that what you mean?
Maybe I sprayed it in just the right spot and it's hitting the whatever like the root of this de-evolution is, and so it speeds up the process.
Okay, maybe you mixed it with
I
some
don't
steroids to kind of really elicit that immediate response or something like that. I'll allow that. That's
Yeah.
fine. You know, you're chief medical officer. You got a great role on that. Um, so yeah, you administer that to him, and all of a sudden, you know, he's on the bed. He's kind of you see just like the other two, the twitching stops, the muscle spasm stops, but almost immediately the hair like the hair on him starts to fall off, and he starts to come around, and he's obviously waking up, but he's not speaking yet. He's not conscious yet. I mean, not coherent enough to respond verbally.
Okay.
So at that point, that's when Dr. Ship walks in, and she's like, "I ran the scans on the station, and just to the south of our med bay is one life sign. I found one life sign. We might want to go together because he's probably still roaming the station.
Of course. Do you have a phaser?
There, I can get one from the station here. Yes, I don't have one on me though.
Grab one and let's go track him down.
Okay.
Do you
He
know
was-
which person this was? Which of your crew?
This one was Johanna. I kind of did that on the fly.
Maybe Johanna will recognize you when we try and administer the medicine.
Let's
Lead the
hope
way.
so. I don't want to fight anybody. I'm not looking to fight anyone. So you guys start to head south, and with the door open, immediately you can see her, on the opposite side of the door, just kind of standing there, staring at you guys.
Okay, I would cautiously approach, like, as non-threateningly as I can, and kind of maybe like nudge Dr. Ship to get her to try and communicate with her.
Yeah, she'll kind of creep forward a little bit, and she'll say, "Joanna, it's me. It's Heidi. Are you in there, Joanna?" And it kind of stops, and it's kind of standing there, and it looks at her, and it immediately charges forward.
Okay. Phaser
So
set to stun.
you'd had your phaser out, right? I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I
assuming
would,
here. So
Yeah, I was about to. The next thing I was going to say is phaser out in one hand, and then the spray in the other hand.
okay, so you'll get one shot off before she takes her turn.
Okay.
So do you remember how that works?
I want to say it was daring and something.
So
Security.
it's a ranged attack, so it's control and security difficulty
Control.
2.
Okay.
Yeah. Difficulty 2. So see here. You fire that phaser, and it hits her, and it kind of throws her back against the wall. And so we're going to roll for damage. So if you could roll your damage, please. So that's going to be enough to knock her against the wall, and she's sitting down now, almost like you just completely took the wind out of her sails. So describe to me what happened after I told you already what happened to her.
Okay. So, like I said, I would be cautiously approaching next to Dr. Ship, phaser in one hand and then the spray in the other. And as soon as I see, you said it was Johanna.
Yes.
As soon as I see she begins to charge, I set my phaser forward and fire that off on stun. And if it's still effectively my turn, I would run up to her and start spraying that medicine.
Yeah, due to the amount that you had and really only her health, you haven't stunned her, but she's not fighting back. She's sat down and she's done. She's just not
Okay.
getting up. But she's still conscious. So Heidi would join in with you to run in there and kind of restrain her. So we're kind of out of the little mini combat. She'll run in there and Lieutenant, I've got her. I've got her. Go administer it. Administer it.
All right, and insight, medicine. There we go. Huh?
What would you like to do with that momentum?
Same thing. I'll bank one and try and use the other one for the same way I used on the last one.
Okay. Let me mark your momentum here. 2. Okay, so yeah, you're able to do that, and Joanna, she's starting to come around more, a lot quicker than the gentleman up to the north, and I don't remember if we named him, but we're gonna call him John Preacher. And this is Joanna, and like Dr. Ship had told you before, everybody had a bit of a different reaction to it. With her and the medicine administered, it seems to be almost immediate for her, and she's starting to groan, and she's kind of got her hand on the phaser stun where it hit her, and basically kind of wincing in pain, and she's mumbling, and her eyes meet Dr. Ship, and she immediately recognizes her and kind of falls into her chest, and just to like be cradled.
Okay, so seeing that that's effective, I would communicate with the others. Commander Maricadi, do you read?
Lieutenant, go ahead.
I've successfully administered this cure to everyone at the station that I was able to find. Where should we wait for a rendezvous?
We'll be returning back with the rest of the crew here shortly in the shuttle bay.
Should I remain in the med bay?
Are you safe? You sound out of breath, Handel.
We had to track down Dr. Ship and I, the last de-evolved crew member here on the station. Everything's okay now.
Okay. Well, if everything's all right there, just make your way to the shuttle bay with it as much as you can. We should be rendezvousing here shortly. Be able to escape the ion storm in orbit.
Understood.
Okay.
And so I would try and gather everyone up and do that.
Okay, so you could do that real quick. I'll move everybody over there now. And while you're doing that, we're going to go back to the 3 others as they head towards the ship, correct, Commander?
Yeah, our crash shuttle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move you all back to the shuttle bay real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reload the shuttle crash scene area. So, let's see here. Let me know once it loads up for you guys.
Do 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 do.
And I'll put your characters in there. Stand by. Did you guys get in? Did you guys load up?
No.
It's not loading anything either. Did you
Oh, I need
click
to
it to send us over?
I need to activate. That's right.
Boom, we're there.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, okay. So, you load up. You load up now. Very nice.
Wow. Brainstorm's really fucking close.
Yes. Is here the thunderstorm or the storm?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so where is my see it? Oh, there it is. So you guys Lieutenant Junior Grade Thrall takes you guys back to the shuttlecraft, and as you approach, you notice that the ion storm is quite close at this point. And it almost looks quite dangerous to even get close. But he lands nearby, and you guys just have to approach on foot.
Oh.
You mean approach on foot, this big giant blast of ion storm, just casually? Like,
I
no big deal?
mean, it's no big deal.
All right. Just wondering. So that guy there isn't looking like he's doing anything. He's just playing with
Oh,
himself.
he is dead.
Oh.
He is dead. He's probably
Poor guy.
turning at least a medium well, if not well done at this point.
All right, he's cooked. Gotcha. Poor guy. Thrall, I need your support here, making sure we can recover these two without incident. I just need you on the left-hand side while I open this door. Weapon set to stun. Kullat, just stand there and look pretty.
I'm like aiming in with the. Well, we secured them right before we left.
You did
did,
secure
yeah.
them, yes.
Just want to make sure they didn't break. You know.
Well,
who knows?
Aiming set to stun then.
Okay. You opening it up?
Popping that open.
Okay. So you have 3 in there. They're not all visible. Let me fix that for you. There you go. There's 3 in there, and they all seemed to be fidgeting around. They don't understand the fact that they're restrained. They don't know how to get themselves out, but there's nothing they can do other than wiggle around like a worm, basically.
Now, what if we just coup de grace all of them with the stun? Just real quick, does that work?
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zing, zing, zing. All right, grab one and let's go. So I'm like lifting up the yellow shirt, putting him on my back. I'm looking at Kullat, see if he's capable. He probably is because he's a Starfleet officer. And then I look at Thrall. Look like he's handsome, probably really, really attractive. Actually, I'm probably like glancing at him as he's, flailing those horns around, and his muscles start flexing. And he lifts that guy up, no problem.
Exactly like that.
Okay, just making sure we're doing the same thing.
If everybody could give me a fitness plus security roll, difficulty 2.
Uh-oh.
Well, guys, you guys can use the momentum if you guys want to. Like, I can do it, but
Yeah, I need to.
if you guys need to, go ahead. Might as well.
Is everybody using one?
I'm not.
I will, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't, and I messed it up.
All right.
That's all right. Gotta pull a little harder next time.
Okay, everybody else? There we go.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I'm over here like, shit, this guy is a little too heavy for me, guys. Chill out, science officers. Making me look bad.
So the ion storm strikes near you, Commander. If you could roll, roll
Shit.
roll 1 challenge dice, please.
Just I click on perform challenge.
Yeah, so on your player sheet, click perform challenge, and then just use 1 dice.
What does this mean?
You take 2 damage. It basically, so what happens is this ion storm, it strikes right near this ship, and it seems to arc from the ship to you. Now, doing so, it seems that some of its charge has dropped a little bit, but you still take 2 damage. So go ahead.
So I probably, right. So it strikes. Lightning strikes through the shuttle. We probably my hair stands on its on end, and this thing zaps me and throws me up and back into the shuttle, and I smack against the side of the shuttle door and hit the ground like, oh,
Commander.
oh.
Are
I'm
you
okay.
alright?
I'm okay. That was a hell of a shock. We better get the hell out of here before this happens again. Oh boy. And then I'm grabbing this guy, trying to pull through. Just
Okay. So then everybody give me a fitness and security, difficulty 1.
Ooh, nice guys. And put that in momentum, I guess, for me.
Samesies.
Okay. Lieutenant Commander? There we are. There we
Yes.
are. Good job.
All right,
All right.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So you guys are able to drag these lifeless Neanderthal bodies back to your ship before the ion storm starts to take over the shuttlecraft.
Nice.
And from... So what are you guys doing since you guys were successfully able to do that?
Well now... So now we go into the ion storm. We just go right in. We hit the shuttle. I report on the comms. Lieutenant Junior Grade Angel, this is Commander Maricadi. Are you reading us?
Yes, this is Lieutenant Junior Grade Grax.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Grax. A bit informal there. I got a shock, quite a shock on the shuttle, but we've recovered the 3 other crew members. One of them has been found dead. He looked like a yellow shirt, unknown identity. We're heading back now. They're restrained. You should be able to administer the cure while on board the shuttle. We're going to take off here very quickly after leaving once we've confirmed the samples are satisfactory and be in orbit. I see you from the shuttle bay window now.
Okay.
Commander, do we know how many crew members are out in the woods around the station?
That I'm uncertain. Ask, is Heidi there? Maybe she'll know the location of maybe a staff list.
She is. I'll consult with her.
Thank you.
I would look for Dr. Ship and ask her, Dr. Ship, do we have a roster or a way to track down any crew members that might be out in the woods right now?
So I'm actually trying to find...
That and what's our doom clock look like too?
You guys are at 9 of 15.
Okay, so we have 6 more. If
6
I
more.
want to say.
I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I said there was a number. 13 members. So how many you guys have?
Well, we have 3 on hand now. Heidi, including Heidi and Connor. Including the other 2.
I think
Maybe.
7 are accounted for.
7 are
Yeah.
accounted
Yes,
for.
Yep.
And then you have the dead guy and the ion storm.
I was counting him in the 7.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. No.
4,
We
5,
have
6,
3
7,
on
8.
8. Yeah.
You should
8,
have
one
8.
dead.
So
so-
5 more.
So let's see if we can triangulate their position using their badges. If they're still wearing them. If not, there's not much we can do.
Okay, so she looks at the medical officer, and she says, "Why don't I go up to the station controls and do the search real quick, and you keep an eye on these guys? Or do you want me to keep an eye on them, Lieutenant? I seem to..."
You know the station better than me, Dr. Ship, but if you're sure it's safe for you to go up there and there's no other feral crew members around to assault you on the way there.
On my earlier scan, the station only showed Joanna, aside from the ones that are in this room right now, in this shuttle bay. So I will configure the systems to do a check outside, and we'll see if we can find them. But again, the station is limited to only a couple kilometers. So she makes her way back into the station, and she's gonna do her check real quick. So it'll be reason 30, quality 2, because of the ion storm. So she taps her comm badge, and she says, "Lieutenant Grax."
Yes, this is Lieutenant Grax.
The ion storm, it's messing with the station and its readings. I can't find any other life signs that are humanoid in nature. I can't even get a lock on any of the comm badges, and I can only get about 2 kilometers out, and that storm is getting much closer. I don't know if we're gonna find them unless they see them on their way back in.
Very well. We'll have to wait to hear back from Commander when they get here.
Can I be scanning for life forms as we're flying back?
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. So what you'll do is you'll roll a reason and security, difficulty 3, and you can have somebody utilize the shuttlecraft systems for a roll of sensors and security. So, Commander, you want to do that again, or if Thrall wants to do it, whoever would like to do it.
Yeah, what in security, sorry?
Sorry, for the ship, it'll be sensors and security.
Alright, I'll roll the ship.
Okay.
Sensor security. Nice.
It's pretty good. All right, so do you want to bank those two?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
unless it would help us find more crew members. But other than that, yeah.
Dealer's choice, sir.
Oh,
So
I mean, yeah.
spend one for, say, accuracy of pinpointing them, and then bank the rest.
Astrometrics, pinpointing, and bank the other ones, yeah.
Yeah. So, you're able to configure the Commander Kullat, you're able to configure the sensors to kind of break through the ion storm to get a little bit more clarity and understanding, and see if you could actually locate these individuals. And you do, and you find them, but you get extremely faint readings, and all 5 are in the ion storm.
Oh, they're...
Commander, unfortunately, all 5 are showing within the ion storm. They're still at faint readings. However, my earlier instrumentation usage on the ion storm indicated that entering it would cause us mechanical failures and likely death.
Right. Unfortunately, we have to consider those men lost. We can't risk any more we can't risk any more lives to potentially save 5. It's just they're in there already. Thank you for your report, Kullat. Rest their souls.
One last ditch effort, since we're Starfleet. Do we have any kind of teleporter technology on this shuttle?
On that shuttle, no.
So
On
you have
your
anti-ion
old
storm
shutter.
shields?
What's that?
Well, that was going to be the complicated part of it, but
Yeah,
on
on
the
your
old
old
one,
shuttle.
you said.
Yes, but remember that crashed, and you guys, it had lost power, and you guys didn't fix or find any parts to fix it.
And nothing at the station.
In terms of,
Transporter technology.
they do have transporters, but they have been damaged and don't currently work.
Okay, how much momentum do I have to spend to save their lives right now?
They might be
It's
dead.
like-
They might be dead, because
They're
remember,
probably dead. They're cooked.
so look at it this way. You guys just got to the ship in that ion storm. You had the edge of the ion storm, right?
Right.
And the guy that was in there was already starting to turn a little bit.
Right.
So, you guys can try and do that, certainly. Yeah, that's fine. But you might be transporting back some well done char.
Monkey meat. I'm sorry, ape meat.
Yeah, so whatever you would like to do.
Yeah, so go ahead, Kullat. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if we have the time to fiddle with it reasonably before we have to take off, I mean, every effort.
Yeah, exactly. If we have the time, if we
We're
have
just
the
going to make a
extra-
mess of a facility that we're ditching anyway, so.
Right. Cross-reference, hardwire, try to get this going, to see if there's any way that if these crew members are alive, that we can get them back alive, or worst case scenario, we return their bodies to their family.
You do have essentially 5 tat.
Right.
Sorry. To load them up, the people, and then take off. It's going to take at least 2 tasks, so you have maybe 3 to do so, to try, if you want to try.
Well, I'd say
I
we
think-
load everybody first.
Yep. Load everybody up. Get everybody ready. We're waiting on standby until we can figure out what we can do with this transponder. See if we get it operational. If we can, well, get them back. If they're alive, great. If not, well, I mean,
Okay, so
their bodies.
is everybody load? Since you guys have already made it back to the station and you've landed, and you guys are about to load the bodies on. So whoever's going to load the bodies on, I need a fitness and security difficulty 1.
I got you guys. That's my expertise. Well, not expertise, because I'm actually failed it, but apparently not.
You have anything that lets you re-roll anything?
Spirit of Discovery. I'm just kidding. Probably momentum spend. Let me check that real quick.
I think that normally has to be done ahead of time.
Does it?
I'll allow it. This is still kind of our maiden voyage in the game, so I'll be okay if he wants to.
Yeah, I
propose it
see.
afterwards.
I see re-roll, but it says you have to be used during a task, so that makes sense. Thank you for allowing me to re-roll here for momentum, whatever it might be. Okay. I'm not sure if I have to re-roll the whole task or just 1 dice, because if it's just 1 dice, it's the first dice. If not, then it's the application.
No. It was difficulty 1, so we'll assume you were only
threw
doing.
my back out.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, more injuries to the commander. No, so you get him on board. It takes with the since you seem to be the only one doing it, it's going to take a little extra longer, but it gets done.
Yeah.
It gets
Well,
done.
while I'm doing it, they can be working on the transponder or something. If
Okay.
that's-
Yeah,
That's
if that's what everybody's doing, we can do that.
Yeah, I would probably need tack Thrall's assistance on this one with his engineering expertise? Or do you have some engineering?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, for sure. He's our engineer. He's our little engineer.
Little engineer that could.
Yeah, I'm right here with you, Kullat.
Okay. So, you guys would head up here. I'll move you. It'll be easier. I'll put you up in the main station there. That's where they would transport people in and out. So tell me what you're gonna do, and I'll tell you what you need to roll for.
So I'm using the information that I've already gathered on the location of those faint life signs, plugging those coordinates in, and then I'm also, well, you said it was damaged, so I'd be repairing, getting power back to it, quick calibration if possible, and then accounting for the ion disturbance.
Okay. And Tack Thrall, what are you doing, sir?
So, with the ion storm coming so close, my horns would be very, very full of vibration. And what I'm doing is I'm helping Commander Kullat calibrate the ion storm deficiencies.
Okay. All right. So with that, I will lower the difficulty down then. Who's doing the main repairs?
I don't know.
I'm Reason 12 Engineering 4, so I think I've got a decent shot.
It will be Reason and Engineering.
Then yeah, Kullat would be the better choice here.
Okay. So, and you'll be assisting there, Lieutenant Commander?
Correct.
Okay, so if you both will roll a Reason and Engineering difficulty 3 now, since you utilized your horn sense and kind of assisted the commander in his efforts to break through the ion storm.
How much momentum do we have left?
You have 9.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one.
Okay.
At that point, I probably should too.
Nice.
Okay, so you're able to get the transporter hooked back up, and easily, with your guys' computations already in the shuttlecraft, and actually being close to the ion storm, you were able to gather a little bit more information with the computers, and you were able to find at least one more.
As in 6 people out there?
No, just one Starfleet member, or at least one comm badge, with your scans. That's scanned.
Oh, like we're only able to find one.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, then we'd go ahead and lock on and try and bring him back.
Do the transport. Okay, so that.
Do the transport.
Do the transport. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, so you'll be doing. It'll be a Reason and Security roll, difficulty 2, and you can use the station to assist. They don't have the station. So you won't be using the station to assist because that's not a ship.
Can I use its computers, though?
You're not a ship.
Yeah, you can. I just don't have anything created to mimic what the starship's able to do. So, if you guys are okay, I could use the shuttlecraft stats to roll it, or you guys could use the shuttlecraft stats to roll it if you want.
Well, so long as I'm using a computer to assist, then I can re-roll a die, as put there in the chat.
Oh, okay. All right. Then, go ahead then.
And I'm gonna use. So we were over by 2 momentum in the last one. I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay. Okay, so basically what you guys start to observe is somebody starting to beam in, and it's a body shape, and there's a lot of static, there's a lot of interference from the ion storm, and your abilities together actually start to compensate for the interference, and the body shows up, and really it's charred remains, and surprisingly it's almost down to the bone, and still the comm badge is really the only thing recognizable besides pretty much a skeleton.
Well,
Then I would collect the comm badge. I imagine we wouldn't have storage room for bringing anything like that back and be able to be flying comfortably, so I would just collect the comm badge like you would dog tags.
cool.
And then join the others back loading up the shuttle. And I'd say, Commander, through much effort... Where we go? Sorry, 1 second. Lieutenant Commander Thrall and I were able to reach one life sign and bring it back with us, but unfortunately he'd already succumbed to the effects of the ion storm, and I would hand over the comm badge.
Well, thank you for trying. At least we can return this back to Starfleet and give him a proper burial.
And Dr. Ship would walk up to you at that point, and obviously there'd be tears in her eyes, and she'd say, Commander, if I could please have that badge. This is my command. I want to do the honors of delivering the news.
I give it to her right away.
She appreciates that, and she immediately gets on the shuttlecraft. So at this point, the ion storm's about 2, maybe 3 tasks away from reaching where you're at.
All
Okay.
right. So, at this point, Thrall would go up to Commander Kullat and he would say, Commander, if you would please, this is something I've never really had to encounter before. I'm not really sure the metrics on this planet and its atmosphere. Well, would you help me with the physics of this for a second? And basically what I'm trying to do is get a better understanding of where I'm going to have to thrust and like where I'm going to have to enter orbit and stuff like that, hoping that the science officer here can maybe help me out preemptively in that
Okay.
cause.
That will be
Certainly, Lieutenant Commander.
a reason in science. Difficulty
Okay.
2.
Both of us or him? Or what am I rolling?
So yeah, so he's doing the main roll, so he'll do his normal task roll with 2 dice. You'll do the same, the reason in science, but you're only going to roll 1 dice since you're assisting.
And would I be able to use my focus of small craft in this scenario?
Certainly.
And that adds a dice? Is that what that is?
For your focus,
Yeah, what does the focus do exactly?
no, it
I
basically
clicked that.
if you when you roll it, if you make sure you click focus.
Yep, did that.
If your roll is equal to or less than your discipline of science, it counts as 2 successes.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, I'm also gonna use a momentum for this.
Okay.
And am I able to use a focus on a supporting roll?
What's your focus?
So because he was talking about the planet's atmosphere and all the conditions to get the best angle. I have both. Well, warp would be something else, but I have a focus in physics.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean,
gravity and all that, I would imagine, would be physics.
yeah. So these focuses, if you think that they could play a part in their role in your task or whatever it is you're doing, as long as you guys can adequately explain it or explain it in a Star Trek made up way that sounds like, oh, you know what, that'll work. I'm okay with you guys doing that. Okay, so your lieutenant commander is able to easily track through the storm, and this is actually due to the Commander Kullat's information that he gathered earlier on the Ion Storm when they were out gathering up the flora and the other Neanderthals. So yes, you have a route mapped out to take you almost outside of the range of the Ion Storm with no issues whatsoever.
Thank you, Commander. Not that I wasn't already comfortable in this situation, but you've eased my mind just a little bit more.
Of course, all caution should have been taken.
I suppose we'd head back to the others.
So what are you guys doing at this point?
We're like in orbit now.
Oh, so that was to get through. You still need to make a roll for the piloting tack Thrall. That's going to be the control and Conn, difficulty 1.
Right, but I'm making sure we're ready to leave. We don't want to use that last task for anything while we're here.
Maybe recover any sensitive data or any important electronics, maybe. I'm just thinking anything we could salvage that we don't want to get fried. Admiral, maybe. Is that something we can do?
You asking me or you asking Dr. Ship?
Dr. Ship, is there any important electronics or sensitive data that we want to retrieve before we head out?
I appreciate you were asking me, Commander. No. You have my notes on aromatic syndrome. You have the samples. We have what's left of my station's crew. And now, thanks to Lieutenant Grax's efforts, we have a cure for this. And should we ever come across something like this again, we have this. But no, I have everything I need. I'm ready to go, and we should probably get going.
In that case, Commander Maricadi, with all due respect, haste makes waste.
Very well, Tech Thrall. On board. Everyone get on board. We're going to launch into orbit.
Okay, so Tech Thrall, just give me a quick your control and Conn, and we'll see how you take this ship out of there.
All right, since this is a small craft, I'll be using that focus.
And with ease, you have no problems taking that ship up and out of the atmosphere. Clear of the Ion Storm, everybody's safe. Obviously some foul-smelling creatures in with you currently, but you guys make it into space, and your ship, as it's not warp capable, is now just outside of orbit.
Awesome. Let's see if we can establish communications.
So, if you want to try and do that, whoever wants to do the ship roll, you will do... Who's going to be trying to reach out? Are you flying... are you sitting next to Lieutenant Commander? Air Commander?
Yes, I assume so.
You the co-pilot?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. So then, are you going to be making the comms try, or is somebody else?
for the actual skill itself, what is it? What is it specifically?
It's going to be a... We'll do a... For you, it'll be reason and security.
Okay, yeah, I'll attempt communications here.
Okay. Whoever's going to be assisting him, or sorry, the ship will be assisting him. So if somebody could load up the shuttlecraft and do a roll of communications and security for me.
I got it.
And it's a
Both ways, I
difficulty
guess.
2 at this point. Forgot to say that.
Okay, well, 2 total. There we
There
go.
you go. So, you just trying to reach anybody in Starfleet? Who are you trying to reach?
Attention, anyone who may be able to hear us. My name is Commander Maricadi of the Starfleet USS Surprise. We're in orbit around a planet facing an ion storm. Is anyone reading me?
And you start to get some static, and eventually you start to hear a voice. Commander Maricadi, this is Narendra Station. We copy you.
Roger that, Narendra Station. We're reading you as well. Is there any way you can come pick us up? We're in a bit of a dilemma.
If you send me your coordinates, we can have a shuttlecraft out there immediately.
Affirmative. Thank you so much. Inputting coordinates now.
And
Are
Commander,
you receiving them? Yes.
Are you Commander Maricadi that is reporting to the USS Surprise?
That's correct.
Fantastic. I will let your captain know we finally have gained contact with you, and that we are on our way to pick you up.
Great. That's great news. Thank you so much.
Copy. Narendra Station out.
Out.
Out. So,